How's it going, guys? I'm Connor from Running Warehouse. Today I'm here with Tony, Director of Product Development at Skechers, and today we are going to be looking at an update to a favorite of mine this past year, the Skechers Razor Excess 2. Now, Tony, before we dive into this shoe, let's take a little bit of a step back at the last version. Give us a little bit of a rundown of what the core philosophy of this shoe was.
Yeah, the core philosophy is we really wanted to provide, just if you talk about the series of Razor shoes for us, we wanted to, with the Razor Excess, we wanted to give people just a little bit more, give them a little bit more cushioning. So comparatively, if you said to the Razor, the stack height is more, we also made a little bit wider forefoot and heel. So those are the changes to this bottom that started the Razor Excess family, those changes.
Perfect. Now, taking a look at this shoe, it looked similar to the last version, but we do have some pretty noteworthy updates.
Yeah.
First on up, let's talk about the midsole. What do we have new here?
Midsole, we always are trying to learn as we're going through each generation and what are we doing with other shoes and how can we improve this one. So the big move was we added the H plate, but it's an internal H plate. So similar to what we've done on Max Road 6, we did here. And the reason is that we feel like, how can we make this shoe an improvement for people? If we put the H plate in, you're gonna get more snap. It's gonna help push you off just a little bit. The other one that's really nice about the H plate is when you're cornering and you're turning, the H plate is gonna hold you in. It's like, think of it as like a little bit of like guardrails for the foot, not hard and heavy, just a little bit of guardrails for you. So snap and you get the guardrails. That's what the H plate's helping you with.
Perfect. So we get that H plate addition, but we get that same high level of Hyperburst cushioning, same we saw in that last version, that smooth ride, everything you need for those long miles and when you want to pick up the pace. Now, moving on up to the upper, that's going to be the next big change. What do we have here?
So the previous shoe, we felt like, how can we give a little bit more comfortable upper? What can we do? So we went to a mono poly blend. What is that going to do for you? It's going to make things a little bit softer. It's going to make this upper a little bit more conforming to the foot, a little bit more foot friendly. Especially, you know, some folks, they like to run without a sock on. So this upper is going to treat you just a little bit nicer, a little bit softer. We also played a little bit with the foam, adding a little bit more protection, a little bit more comfort. Not a lot, just a little bit. We want to make sure it stays lightweight.
Perfect. So aesthetically, that's going to be the main changes. Are there any other updates to this shoe that's going to kind of differ from that last version?
Oh yeah. So a big one, and you can see it, we labeled it here, is called ArchFit. So ArchFit from Skechers as a brand, maybe some people have seen advertising, we now bring it to the running line. So Razor Excess 2 is the first shoe for us that's going to have ArchFit. What's ArchFit? We work with an outside podiatry group, and they've helped us because they've done over 120,000 unweighted foot scans. And that allows us to create a shaping to the entire bottom of the sock liner that's going to be an improvement, and it's podiatry certified. So it's going to help increase the arch support, increase the cupping in the heel. Those are the big improvements for the runner.
Wow. Well, finishing this shoe off, we got to talk about the outsole. No huge changes here, but for a good reason. The last version was dialed in. Tell us about the outsole and how it's going to keep weight as light as possible.
So for the outsole, what we tried to do is just we have that Goodyear formula. We've worked with Goodyear a lot. It's a partnership between the two, and they help us work on our compounds. So they've worked with us. It's a soy-based compound, so good for the environment. And then the other one is that it's this weather adapt formula. So cold environment or warm environment, you're gonna get great traction. And the way they've formulated it, it allows us to make it really, really thin. So lightweight, and that's what we need here.
Perfect. Well, I'm extremely excited for the Razor Excess 2. It takes all of my favorite parts of the last version, that high level of Hyperburst cushioning, but now we get that H plate design, we get the ArchFit. It looks like it's going to be an even more comfortable experience with that same poppy toe off. If you're looking to get this shoe on your feet, it's available now. You can find it here at Running Warehouse.